Yo, I want to see how this looks. Looks weird. But I guess it was gonna look weird regardless of what I did. So this is fine. Hey guys, I'm currently sitting in a weird chair. While I have like this galaxy light stuff going on in the background. I got music playing on like a Bluetooth speaker. I'm just listening to like SoundCloud or whatever. What's up, guys? Feel free to ask me anything. This is just like a Hangout stream. I had one of my friends hit me up. He was like, "Yo, I just want to talk. I just want to hang out." So I think it was like the best time to just talk and hang out. Yo, Rap King said, "Yo." I feel like I'm saying "yo" a whole bunch. Hey, Rap King, how's it going? I hope you're having a happy, fun night. How you been? What do you want to talk about tonight? Let's see. I imagine this looks weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm vibing with it. It definitely is a vibe, for sure. Let's see. So I might want to set up the voice chat so that people can talk on Discord. Rap King said he finished Hunter x Hunter. Yo, okay, what do you think of the end of Hunter x Hunter? As soon as I finished Hunter x Hunter, I jumped onto the manga. I started reading the manga for Hunter x Hunter, and I got caught up on that. Hopefully, that eventually updates and we get to see more of that story because I definitely dig it. Rap King said, "Do you think Adult Gon can beat Thanos?" No. What? Are you talking about Thanos with like the Infinity Gauntlet? Or are you talking about like just normal Thanos? Normal Thanos from the MCU, I think Gon could beat. Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, I think he has more than enough power to deal with Gon. That being said, Thanos could have done a lot more with the Gauntlet than what he actually did with the Gauntlet. So I don't know. Like maybe it depends on what Thanos tries to do with the Gauntlet, I guess. Plus, I mean, we've seen like very little of Adult Gon. We don't really know what all Adult Gon can actually do. So, eh, I don't know. It's hard to really like debate or like power scale Adult Gon. Techno Shadow said SpongeBob would beat Thanos hands down. Now, SpongeBob is an interesting character when it comes to like hacks and abilities. He can do stuff like regenerate. He can put on those like muscle arms or whatever that make him like super swole. Uh, I imagine like a respect thread for SpongeBob actually would have him doing some pretty impressive stuff. Not gonna lie. Let's see, what's this song playing? Okay, it's just like another SoundCloud thing. Yeah, I have SoundCloud playing, but I'm a little afraid because I know that some of my SoundCloud is just like established artists and like remixes and stuff. So I want to not get copyright striked, but it's possible that I could just at any point. Let's see. Techno Shadow said he feels no pain. It tickles him. SpongeBob sometimes feels pain. Now I know there's that one episode where he's getting punched and he's like, "Oh, that tickles" or whatever, but that's not SpongeBob all the time. Rap King said, "I really liked Adult Gon because I like the concept of a 12-year-old kid turning into a grown ass man and being unstoppable. If you like that, then it sounds like you'd really like Shazam. Shazam is a very similar concept. It also sounds like you like Ben 10, kind of. I mean, Ben's not necessarily turning into an adult, but he is becoming these like larger than life aliens compared to like a 10-year-old kid. It's like practically like becoming an adult. There are actually a lot of characters that have that kind of like fantasy of transforming from like a child into like an adult or into something like more powerful or like bigger. Dial H for Hero is another example of like a character like that. Techno Shadow said, "Lies, lies." Let me see if I can get the voice chat set up. This is not my real name. Said, "Hello, yo. This is not my real name. It's good to see you. I'm gonna call you this. I think that's what I've done in the past. Is call you this. Let's see. So I'm hopping onto the Nika Benson Nation Discord now, and I'm gonna see if we can do like the Discord. I am not sure if that's gonna work, but we're gonna go for it because right now there's a lot going on already. Ooh, I think Volt's here. Yo, Volt, how's it going? Can you hear me, my dude? Ooh, Techno Shadow also hopped on. Mic test 1 2. Mic test 1 2.
SpongeBob will kick Thanos' ass.
What? Okay, so did you say Kid Gon would kick Thanos' ass? Or,
I think he said SpongeBob.
oh, he said SpongeBob? Okay,
Yeah,
so tell me
SpongeBob will kick Thanos' ass.
tell me how he does it, Techno Shadow. How does he whoop?
He feels no pain.
Not feeling pain doesn't stop you from getting snapped out of existence, my boy. I don't care how many arms he regenerates.
He said, I don't care.
And also, he's a master of karate. So
Okay.
not only would he kill Goku, but he would also.
One day Goo Verde said penis.
Ooh, Godzilla's here. Yo, good to see you, Godzilla. You mentioned that SpongeBob was like a master of karate, but Hulk and Thanos were straight up boxing or whatever in Infinity War, and it made no difference. Thanos overpowered the shim. He seems to know how to fight. Like Thanos
One
does
day
have
Goo
hands.
Verde said AG.
Let's see. Rap King said, have you found any anime that you don't like that a lot of people do like? I'm not a big fan of Attack on Titan. I tried it. Like I watched like the first episode and it just didn't grab me. I just did not like it.
Voltio said, can you guys hear me when I speak?
What the fuck do you
One day Goo Verde said yes.
I can only kind of hear Volt, but I also have a lot going on. I have like music on the side, but it does seem like other people's mics are like higher than Volt's mic. So if it is possible to turn up your mic,
it also doesn't help that I'm screaming out my fucking ass.
that's fair. That does make sense. Godzilla said, why are you in hell? So I got this new Bluetooth speaker set up, and it like casts
Fucking
like
red.
stars and lights and stuff like all over the ceiling. And it kind of like rides with the
Verde
music
said,
and
you
stuff.
literally are in the depths of hell.
Let's see.
Hey, Jet, when are we gonna do the Friday night meets again? At State?
Yo, Carlos. Okay, so Carlos, when are you free to hang out? I've started doing hangouts at my place rather than doing
I'm
Station
free
Retro.
tomorrow.
You're free tomorrow? Okay. Tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm free fucking tomorrow, like dead ass. Like tomorrow we can hang. I found some abandoned buildings along a highway we can go fucking check out. And I'm fucking free as fuck, my boy.
Now, I'm not sure about the abandoned building thing, but if you're free at 4, you can come over to my place. I'm going to just invite like a bunch of people and just like have them do a hangout.
Gonna go die in a building. Yo.
One day Goo Verde said also hello Bolt.
I did not hear a single thing you said, Jet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot's going on, so that's understandable. I said if you want to come and hang out at 4 p.m. Tomorrow at my place, I'm just going to invite a bunch of people for a hangout, more or less. Yeah.
Hey, Nate. Okay.
Bomb.
Oh, so you up on Station Retro then, huh?
Yeah, so I haven't been back to Station Retro post doing the self-quarantine stuff. I've been mainly just like chilling here. I've been getting snacks, different flavors of water. I got like a whole bunch of board games. I have a whole bunch of party games. I got this new like light thing set up.
Wait. How do you have different flavors of water? Like, do you just go to different states and be like, this hot water tastes different. Let's bring it over here.
Okay, so I'll show you the different. So check this out. I'm not sure if you're watching the stream, Carlos. But on the stream, I got like this lemonade water.
Well, I was, but then it started blocking my phone.
Oh, that makes sense because there's a lot going on. I got this lemonade water. I got this guava water. I got this tropical pineapple mango water. I got this grape water. I got this orange water.
Like root beer?
I had a root beer flavor.
Okay, sorry, you have fake water.
Have you heard of all tomorrows?
It's just okay.
Well, I mean, this is all like flavors that you then put in the real water. Which, by the way, I bought a bunch of bottled water. I have like hella bottled water now because people don't like tap for some reason.
What? Robots are taking over.
Yeah, Godzilla's.
My transmission's
taking
garbled,
over.
Jet.
My transmission's garbled. What does it sound like?
Yeah. Garbled.
No,
Sounds like a fucking
extremely fast jet. Like you go like it goes from like 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh wow. Okay.
What do you mean? How would I know what a robot sounds like?
Does it sound better now? Mic test 1 2. Mic test 1 2.
Yeah, Jen, I think it's mainly when everybody else starts speaking and like if Discord tries to catch up. It's like so then it just sounds like a bunch of fucking stripper robots just drowning in a pool. Indeed.
Very specific analogy. Simile, I guess. Let's see. Chris said, "Hey man, yo, Chris Donovan, welcome. It's good to have you, my dude." It's a robot with lungs, Ryan. Let's see. Rap King said, "Nick, who is a better character, Killua or Sasuke?" I'm a Hunter guy more than a Naruto guy. So based off of that bias, I'm more likely to say like Killua than Sasuke. But I honestly don't know. I haven't really looked at that much Naruto.
Quit drowning robots. Like, seriously, Jay, you gotta stop hiring prostitute robots and drowning them.
It's interesting. Why would you hire prostitute robots to drown? This isn't like GTA with robots, which I guess is what Cyberpunk was supposed to be, I guess. Didn't really work out like that, though. I went to a party yesterday where someone was really hyping up Cyberpunk. Oh, what did Volt say? I heard Volt, and I heard him say Cyberpunk.
Are they still fixing Cyberpunk?
I've heard that they're still fixing Cyberpunk. The guy who I was hanging out with...
it sounds like there's a lot...
hey, Jed, did you ever ask my
sound a bit louder?
I missed like what everybody just said. Let's see. So,
all right. Did you ever have me on PlayStation?
Did I ever have a what?
Did you ever add me on PlayStation? I think I sent you a friend request like fucking eons ago.
I'm pretty sure I added you on PlayStation like a while ago. Like, I think you are added on PlayStation. This is not my real name.
Let me go on mine.
I played Cyberpunk all the way through twice, and I really enjoyed it, but it does have issues. Okay. What would you rate it? This is not my real name. He said he played it on base PS4. Interesting. I was hanging out with this dude, Alex, but now he wants to be called David, and that's going to be confusing because that means we have like 4 Davids
now. And while he's also murdering fucking robots.
So he was playing on computer. Part of the hell aesthetic. And he said that he really likes Cyberpunk.
Hey, Jack, can you stop murdering robots? As an activist for robot, right?
It's like the cries of the dead AIs that Jeff murdered for his job.
Rap King said, Nick, some people say Killua is stronger than Kurapika because Killua is stronger than Kurapika when he was Killua's age. I mean, Killua by the end of the anime is definitely better than Kurapika.
There's another soul, one of his aliens.
I mean, Kurapika's not even like physically strong on the level that Killua is, I wouldn't say. Killua does a lot more like straight up just fighting in Hunter x Hunter. And training in Hunter x Hunter, I would say. So, I think he would just fucking wreck Kurapika in like just like a strength-based fight. Like no powers. Kurapika does have a lot of weird hacks though in Hunter x Hunter, so I don't know. Yo, Carlos, how's it going?
I'm going good. Quick derailment. So I'm going on like online right now. So you see if you have me at it.
I'm pretty sure I have you at it. I'm Jet Black RLSH on PlayStation.
Okay. Do you have the PlayStation app?
Do I have the PlayStation app? No, I don't have the app.
Oh, what a pleb.
Why would I need the PlayStation app? I got a PlayStation. I got like the whole ass thing.
Yeah, Jet, why are you being a plebeian? Get out of the Roman Empire. Fucking what?
This is not my real name said, I'd give it like a solid 7.5 out of 10. He's talking about Cyberpunk. He said, but again, it does have its issues. Night City is the most dense city I've seen in a game. I feel like it's a bit too much for the consoles to run. I wonder...
Okay, you said Jet Black what?
Jet Black RLSH is my name on PlayStation. Oh, speaking of PlayStation,
okay, hold up. Okay.
I have like every Jackbox game now. I have like a bunch of party games. I bought like a few new party games like yesterday. So I have like.
Ooh, I'm down to play some Jackbox.
Oh, I imagine a lot of people would be down to play Jackbox. Everybody gets so hype on it, but I feel like I play it like all the time. Like
Jackbox.
Jackbox.
Okay. You at it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Carlos. Trying to hit me up with like that confrontation, like, ooh, you haven't added me. I was pretty sure I did that forever ago, my dude.
Well, because I haven't seen your ass online in a while.
I haven't played a lot of games outside of like hanging out with friends and like playing games like in person. So I haven't been hitting up like Brawlhalla or DCUO or like the games that I used to just kind of play like casually, even if no one was here, kind of thing.
Don't you have zombies, right? You have Black Ops Cold War zombies?
I do not have Black Ops Cold War zombies. So when it comes to like Call of Duty,
What?
I don't like first-person shooters. I played Warzone because it was like free and everybody else was playing it. And I don't even really like Warzone. It's like a social activity. Like that's like about it. Like that's as far as it goes for me.
These days with their first-person shooters.
Mm-hmm.
I feel heavily betrayed.
You should. By Call of Duty, they need to just make more interesting games than I play them more. Dude. Man, I have so many like board games now. Like I have like 101 board games pack, Twister, Story War, Narada, Solitaire cards, Uno, fucking Fairy Tale Story dice. I got a couple more dice games coming in tomorrow too. I want to do more Hangout stuff. In general, I've been trying to do Hangouts at my place like just about every day. Like unless I have something planned.
Every day, he says.
Every day.
It's every day, bro. It's every day, bro.
That is accurate.
Oh, true.
Let's see.
In God Church.
So far, these like SoundCloud songs have been doing pretty good. I'm afraid that it's gonna play like a license thing, but it just hasn't yet. So this is solid. I'd probably still get copyright claimed, but it's fine. I'm digging the vibe.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Yo.
So quick question: how are things between you and Ben?
Oh, so Beth and I broke up like a while ago. But we're cool. Like Beth and I still hang out. We were like texting like today. Like broke up on good terms. Yeah.
Okay. When I heard that y'all broke
bringing
up,
up on
like, yeah. When I heard that y'all broke up, I'm like, okay, jump to, like what's the fucking drama?
Oh, so I can
there
hit
is
you
drama, just not that.
It's not really like drama for real. So Beth is interested in like the big three, and I'm not interested in the big three. The big three is like living together, getting married, having kids, stuff like that.
Yeah, the big
I just
three
don't
is
want to
like
do that.
Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and
One Piece, or is it Bleach?
no.
Is Bleach in the big three?
No.
Or is it One?
You see, Dragon Ball is much bigger than One.
No.
One day Blue Verde said threesome slightly smiling face.
I miss what
Dragon Ball
Godzilla
Z
said.
is for fucking full letters.
Yeah, fucking people in the Roman Empire. Goddamn.
Oh, Godzilla said threesome. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Let's see. Boom, boom, boy.
Oh god. Oh hey, yeah. Okay, so Danielle and I have discovered a game that's fucking awesome that you should 100% live stream. Okay. You ready for this bullshit?
Hit me up. You're hyping it up.
Called
Duende Gu Verde replied to Duende Gu Verde, Ryan, how do you like this snake human?
The game's called what?
What? How do I like
Concrete Genie. It is an amazing game.
I'm not saying I have the voice chat like on my phone. I'm not looking at Discord. I was just mining granite in Minecraft.
I keep missing the title of the game that you want me to stream.
Called Concrete Genie.
Oh, Concrete Genie's that game where you go around and there's graffiti and
Duende
stuff,
Gu
right?
Verde said, damn frowning face.
Yeah. Well, it's not graffiti.
I mean, I'll probably just see the thing later, though.
So what is it if it's not graffiti? Because I don't know a lot about the game. I remember seeing like a trailer a while ago, so I know very little about it.
Okay. So Danielle and I beat the game.
Graffiti, you're basically an artist, but you play as someone who essentially has to help save this fishing town, and you do it through art, and it's like it's happy fun time, and then you're like, oh no, and then it's happy fun time again, and it's really fun.
Ballin'. It sounds interesting. I might like look into it, like watch some reviews.
It really like okay, I can go live and I can play the game. We completed it already, but right now we could still do achievement hunting. But it is fucking awesome. I love the game. And Danielle also likes to steal my controller and play it.
Nice. I'm glad that you guys found a game.
She ends up sitting next to me like a goober playing it. Oh fuck!
Sweet.
Into the pits of hell I go. I know I'm sorry.
I think there's a tickle fight going on. Let's see. I just got a text from Leo.
So I've recently gotten into Fallout 4.
Ooh, tell us more, my dude.
Fallout 4.
Well, the main quest is kind of boring. All the side quests are fun, though. Like, my favorite side quest has to do with this guy called, like, the Silver Shroud, and you, like, act like a superhero and just go around killing people in a town. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of fun. God, though, could you imagine always going back? Quick, there's a settlement that needs your help. It's cool.
Oh, my God, that part is kind of annoying.
Duende Goo Verde said Fallout 4 exploration is cool.
But you can ignore those. Because usually the settlement just fucking needs your help again anyway. Just go back and fix it up whenever you can. It doesn't matter. Like, if your settlers die, you'll just get more eventually.
And see, I ended up taming. Okay, so I downloaded a mod that let me access into a developer room, and I ended up getting like this hacked Fat Man that just broke my game every time I fired it because it would rapid fire Fat Man.
Oh, that's terrible, dude. Like, fuck.
It literally would rapid fire it, and then my PlayStation would crash. Like, dead ass. I fired it, and then a moment later, frozen, and I had to unplug it to regain control of my PlayStation.
Yeah, that really just kind of sounds like overkill, if you're being honest here.
Oh no, it's perfect against death claws and blowing up a settlement.
Yeah, if you if you save somehow before you crash or something, like
saving. What's that? No one needs to save.
No, but I've been really getting into building up the settlements and I've been making them to where I have this one settlement that I've made a military base.
Yo, Jack, guess what I'm doing?
Are you sucking dick?
No.
Well, that was our first guess. How many guesses do we get on what you're doing?
No. Guess what I'm doing, Jack?
So if I had to guess what Ryan's doing based on what he said earlier, I would guess mining granite.
It's true.
I'm not gonna lie. That hesitance to that no just kind of sealed it. That he just
there wasn't hesitance to the no.
There was a long ass pause. And then just a no.
I mean, I'm sure for people saying no however you like, I guess.
Hello.
Hello. I heard a hello.
Hello. Hello. My name's Jaden.
Yo, Jaden. Welcome. It's good to have you.
Hey, yeah, do you like Star Wars?
The only thing I really like about Star Wars, I guess there are three things. Lightsabers, the droid Gotra, and the Force. But that's about it. I really think the Force powers are cool.
And then what?
So lightsabers.
Duende Goo Verde said
All
testicles.
there is to Star Wars is lightsabers, aliens, and droids, and the Force.
I mean, it's not though.
At a most basic level, it kind of is, though.
Yeah.
We got bounty hunters, you know?
What about bounty hunters? Well, they
How about bounty hunters in
aliens
Star
or
Wars?
droids?
Like,
Oh man, what about the younglings that
bounty hunters bountying their hunts?
The bounty hunter stuff in Star Wars, I think, is like okay, I guess. Like, it's become kind of the more popular Star Wars thing. People really like The Mandalorian. There's a new like bounty hunter Star Wars comic book that I've heard a lot of people like. I know, but it seems to be more of like the current hype for Star Wars stuff. You know, there are tons of Star Wars books currently out.
Yeah, okay. I'm about to drop some fucking knowledge news on you. Okay, so so bounty hunters is the more grittier side of Star Wars, and that's what people have been fucking wanting, because ever since Disney came in, they started fucking all this fucking shit up, like fucking keeping everything. So now with Disney a hold of Star Wars, everything is like
The only good things Disney did with Star Wars was like the original like Clone Wars, and then
listen. Clone Wars. That was Cartoon Network. That was not.
Yeah. You're right there.
Cartoon Network just aired it. It's like a Lucasfilm production.
Okay. Disney did the final season of Star Wars. Clone Wars. The only thing that Disney has gotten right with Star Wars was finishing the Clone Wars series, starting Bad Batch, and then The Mandalorian. Everyone done is shit.
I was going to say The Mandalorian. Like, The Mandalorian has been, like, probably the best thing Disney has done by far.
It really is. Like, okay, the writer they got for the Mandalorian is honestly amazing. Like, whoever they had for the writing of this sequel film should be fucking fired, hang on a pedestal, and just die.
Wasn't it like
One day Goo Verde said I like Solo.
Yes, J.J. Abrams fucking sucks.
So J.J. Abrams,
he does suck. Like, but like even in the original Star Wars, like a lot of his ideas were shot down for a reason.
Yes. Okay. So remember the bomber scene from one of the Star Wars films, right? The one where they're always like, bombers, keep that tight formation. Okay, that scene was literally written from another movie that he did with B-17s, and it's an entire flight sequence of B-17.
Yeah, he cribbed that from the Dam Busters movie from the 1950s.
A lot of stuff from Star Wars is directly ripped from other stuff.
Lifted from the Dam Busters movie.
Yes, like none of it was original, and that's what pisses me off.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of original stuff in the Star Wars movie.
I disagree with the none of it was original.
Putting Dam Busters in space is an original idea.
I would say like a lot of the
like a lot of the aliens and shit. George is coming up with all that sort of things.
You know, but
like the lore.
But they took the Star Wars they took all the Star Wars lore and they pissed on it, set it on fire.
That's the thing.
And then just nuked
like they literally just ruined like 30 years of fan base lore. And like,
yes.
I mean, kind of, but then also they didn't. If you really look at like the history of like the EU and stuff, like Lucasfilm.
When we're talking about like fucking Rey being like the fucking Palpatine's fucking granddaughter or whatever, that was fucking up the lore. Like,
yeah, no, that really was. Okay. So remember when Palpatine?
Well, I mean, Palpatine had like a three-eyed like son in the Legends lore or some shit. Called him like Triclops or something. So like and this shit's from like the 90s. Like I don't know.
Okay.
Star Wars already had issues before
Palpatine was. Yeah, Palpatine was dead, just straight up. People actually asked Luke or George Lucas about Palpatine, and he's like, "Yeah, no, he's fucking dead." Okay, the fact that they brought Palpatine back fucked up the lore.
Well, I mean, they brought him back in before, like in the what was it like? It's a Dark Fleet Crisis, something like that. Like they had like clones of Palpatine and shit in Legend.
Well, yeah, I do remember what Ryan's talking about, and that was actually something where Palpatine was trying to live on, but like they didn't. My thing is they never went in. Like Rey was never a thing, and like Rey was never her, like his granddaughter. But like in the lore, he did actually go on and like he was like trying to clone himself, but the clones never lasted very long.
Also,
he also blew himself up with lightning in that book as well. So you should stop doing that. Stop doing
using the finger lightning thing. Like,
it's
also, fight me on this. But Rey is a Mary Sue. Fight me on that.
No, I would agree to
Mary
most extent.
Sues are like OC fanfic thing. Like if that's what you mean by Mary Sue, then any character who's just in the story, like a canon character,
like
Mary Sue by definition.
Character, like
you'd have to use a different definition of Mary Sue than the original usage of Mary
just
Sue.
Automatically, I wouldn't say that like she's a Mary Sue, and
she can be like a wacky, overpowered character.
But yeah, that's what I make one. She's like overpowered. She's like an overpowered, boring character. Like she has no anything about her, and she's overpowered.
Ryan, what is your definition of Mary Sue coming from?
Because he wanted a strong female role.
I mean, she's not even that overpowered by Star Wars standards. The original Mary Sue.
My guy. When I say she's overpowered, over time.
No, I mean like if you look at like Luke Skywalker in like Legends or something, like just look at it, where he's like a god or something.
Okay,
but
those over years and years and years. First of all, and second of all, he was trained by
like
Yoda.
she also just never even
was not trained by anyone for a fucking while, and then all of a sudden she could just like use the Force better than somebody who was actually the lightsaber, and she tugs and she wins.
Right. But, I mean, you also have like 9-year-old Anakin being able to like use the Force to win pod races.
Well, he's also the son of the Chosen. He's also the son of the Chosen one.
He's not the son of the
Well, of course, it's not a chlorine count.
Jack Black Real Life Superhero said, I got the definition right here. It says, originally in fan fiction, and quoted in like parentheses, a type of female character who's depicted as any key word I would say is there.
Yeah, so that is right. That is 100% right. Like,
everything got really quiet. Ooh. Oh, my Discord like shut down. So I guess I gotta wait for the Discord to come back up. Oh, yo, Nerd Tanker, welcome. It's good to have you. I hope that you and Phoenix are having a happy, fun day, my dude. I'm waiting for Discord to come back up. My Discord just straight up like crashed or whatever. Okay. So now I'm back. My Discord had just straight up died.
My girlfriend agrees.
So I think Ryan's thing that he was doing before is kind of weird.
She knows what a Mary Sue is.
So Ryan, I don't think you should compare like Rey to Legends stuff, because most people who are calling Rey a Mary Sue aren't saying like relative to Legends her stuff is crazy. It's like relative to just what's happened in the movies is what people are like upset about.
Like relative to what's in the movie, what's in the movie, she's just way too overpowered for herself.
Yes,
I mean, not
she has a thick ass fucking plot armor on.
She's not even doing all these like fancy footwork bullshit that like all the Jedi are doing in like the prequels, really.
Well, that's she also doesn't have any like she didn't get any training whatsoever. But she
One day Goo Verde said also, I've been watching the original Star Trek a lot more, and it's an awesome sci-fi series.
Like, back in Legends, there was a larger focus on like Jedi bloodlines and things, which is kind of what they're getting at with this like Palpatine thing, and like he's got like Han Solo's like kids and stuff, and like Luke's kid and stuff.
The movie feats.
So in the sequel trilogy, they're kind of doing that again, and it has like this like natural talent with the Force passed down through the bloodline. So if she's like a powerful Force user because her parents or her granddad was also a Force user, this just it's like power levels or something.
That could have been the intention that they would.
Without training, she could still do all these powerful things. because
Yeah, I mean, they could have
just
gone
has
into the
the power.
Midichlorian thing for that.
Yeah.
Even like they
before
could
the
have like
midichlorian
actually got a
thing.
better explanation
Midichlorian
instead
thing
of
is
just having Ray grab
them
Luke's,
trying to like give an explanation to it, I guess.
Right,
but like
but they didn't
that
give an
same sort of
explanation at all in this.
Yeah, no,
scenario
yeah,
at all. They
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
say
yeah. They
her
didn't give her an
Midichlorians were the
explanation.
high, you know. They
Like,
just said, "Oh, she's fucking the daughter of Palpatine, or granddaughter."
right, but that's like kind of going back to like 90s like legend stuff where before midichlorians they still had like Jedi
You really want to get
bloodlust
next level?
power levels.
Try explaining how the ghosts from beyond the grave can interact with real life.
Like Force ghosts?
So Force
Well,
ghosts
that's
are
because
explained
they
by
encompass the Force entirely.
Qui-Gon Jinn came up with like, well, it's not that he came up with it, but he was like the first that like taught everybody else or whatever.
He was
He's the one that taught like
the
Yoda.
will of the wisps or something like that.
yeah, yeah. Fuck, I can't remember
Like
what.
maintain one's consciousness when one goes into the Force.
Right, but you're still it's not. It's like you become the Force until the Force needs you, and then it shoots you back out.
No,
One
okay,
with the
okay,
Force,
so the whole
Force
Force
would
ghost
be-
thing. Okay, so the whole Force ghost thing is that you are literally the Force. That like once you die, you literally become the Force. Right? You are intelligent. You also are. That you also.
Yeah, I mean like your body like disappears and shit like that, right?
Yeah, like with what Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan did.
And Yoda and Luke
And
in the
Anakin.
Disney movie.
And then Qui-Gon Jinn.
I guess we can assume Anakin because he did show up. Because like his body was in armor, so we didn't actually see his body like fade out. We saw him fade in as a ghost.
Wasn't his helmet off though when he died?
Yeah, no, his
He put the helmet back on when he was doing the funeral fires.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Like when his body was burning.
Like we didn't actually, and even when he died on the Death Star,
Ooh.
where he just like killed over death, his body didn't like disappear then. It's just like in the next scene, he shows up as a ghost or something.
Yeah, no, but I think for the explanation for that is that he had finally found peace and that he was able to make amends with everything.
Well, I mean,
manifest.
The prequel thing, he's also just like the chosen one. So he could probably just chill out anywhere.
Yeah,
like I don't know.
That thing's a little weird. It's kind of like Luke and Anakin were the chosen ones. It's like the chosen pair almost, you know?
Yeah.
Where's Dyad head ass? Kinda no though. He just is the chosen one, regardless of Luke.
No, because the chosen one in the prophecy was meant to bring balance to the Force.
And like,
yes,
the way that the prequel logic can still is Darth Vader killing Palpatine.
Like,
and or himself, kinda like he still just can just be that.
Okay, so
without.
I agree with Ryan on this one. Anakin killing Palpatine is the thing that did the balance.
I do agree. I do agree with what I'm hearing Ryan's point.
I will say the midichlorian thing you guys were saying earlier, though, about how like Rey can be really powerful because Palpatine has like a lot.
Because everyone was complaining
but
about
that doesn't
it.
even transfer to like daughter mode. Like, dude, sometimes your medical
really doesn't
transfer. Like, it doesn't.
Well,
also
I'm not as focused on whether or not the midichlorians transfer. I'm more like that shouldn't matter because Luke still had to train or whatever. Like his father's fucking Darth Vader. Like it's still it's. I don't know.
Thank you.
Exactly. She had like a month of preparation before that fucking little scene where Kylo Ren is sitting there pulling at the lightsaber and then she pulls it and takes it. It's like
also remember too, it was also fucking Finn. Finn also went against fucking Kylo Ren. And apparently that gave her enough time.
But that still doesn't make any sense because he looked like he was really struggling with that lightsaber there, and she just didn't look like she was struggling at all. Like
Exactly. So you have to use like a Jedi or something. With Force powers?
That's a Force power that both of them have no matter what. Though.
Well, Finn's not a normal dude. Finn is established as like Force sensitive or whatever. Yeah, it's weird.
God. Episode 9 is so dumb. Like even compared to episode 7 and 8.
The entirety of the sequel trilogy is fucking retarded.
Like there's salvageable bits of the first two, but 9 just kind of throws even the salvageable bits under the bus.
They could have salvaged what was these new 3 movies, but they didn't.
I mean, they wouldn't have to salvage them if they had a plan. But they didn't have a plan. Everyone fucked it up.
They really didn't have a plan. Like it literally looked like they took the entire timeline and just fucking yeeted it out the window. And it was like, all right, here's some new shit.
Okay, so I'm on Discord. I'm looking at these pictures. I see a snake thingy with a hand.
I actually don't mind a lot of the new trilogy additions. I need to see them get expanded upon. Like, the issue that I have is they start introducing all these new force powers, and there's not a lot of explanation. People can just, like, bring people back to life and shit with the force. I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Like, do something.
Okay, that's explained in Legends that's possible, but they don't explain it in the movie, right?
Yeah, no, they don't.
I mean, the movies don't really explain a lot of force powers. Just normally, they don't sit around explaining how Palp's hand of lightning works. It's just a cool thing they do.
About bringing somebody back to life or something. Most of the time, that's more force alchemy than it is force. Regular force power.
Like
it's the total process.
Okay. So,
yeah, I posted the video.
Okay, Mark. Okay. Here's something about Palpatine. All right, so Palpatine, I think is theorized to be over 100 years old, and that he was so powerful with the Force that he was able to mask the fact that he was a Sith Lord against the Jedi, and then also he was able to use the Force to keep himself alive. For
have you ever heard of the story of
Darth Plagueis? Yeah.
Yes.
The apprentice.
Let me tell you the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Like, I don't know. Okay, like deadass, I'm not gonna lie. Palpatine's like one of my favorite characters from the original trilogy.
Dude, he is a really badass, mysterious character, in the original trilogy.
He really is.
Yeah, he's so badass and mysterious. He barely ever is mentioned. I don't even know if he's mentioned at all in just the first movie, Episode 4. Do they mention him at all?
I don't think they do.
I get he holograms in the 5th one, but do they mention that the Emperor is at that? Maybe.
No, I think it's I think it's basically alluded because the whole Empire thing.
I'm trying to remember if he specifically just says there is an when he's talking about the dissolution of the Senate. When Darth Vader is talking to those other leaders. I don't remember.
You know what? I'm gonna watch the Episode 4 of Star Wars just to fucking find out.
Are you gonna watch the one with all the CG
something along the line of
yes.
There is someone all powerful, but not directly saying an emperor or something.
Yeah.
I will say,
I don't know if they actually established there being an emperor in Episode 4.
I'm not super big into Star Wars. I need more of the Force, droids, and lightsaber. If it was just droids fighting Jedi or something.
Skippy, the non-canon Force-sensitive droid?
I do think I like it.
They do try to go into a weird political stance with Star Wars when they could just make it a war thing.
Yeah,
there's already a weird political stance.
Ryan has a whole thing about the politics of Star Wars.
Star Wars is an allegory to the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Hippie George Lucas had a disease,
It's true.
If that's what you mean by political thing, there's all kinds of political commentary in Star Wars.
Oh god! Oh yeah, that's right. Every single battle from Star Wars was based off of a real life battle.
I mean,
I don't know if that's
but
true.
a lot
That seems a little
were
fucked.
modeled off of. Some of them in the Clone Wars specifically are reminiscent of D-Day or the Vietnam War and stuff.
Do you guys watch Generation? Okay. Watch the YouTube channel called Generation Tech. They definitely go in depth about all this different shit. But they went in though about what the different battles in Star Wars were based on.
Yeah. Some of them are based on the episodes with the Malevolence is based on the Hunt for the Bismarck. World War II and stuff like that.
Well,
But I don't know if all of them are. Like, a lot of them are, and just can be, and that kind of thing. Or, like, how, like, just the Death Star thing is just cribbed and based on, like, like the Dam Busters raid, kind of, sort of, and that sort of thing. Yeah, you can plug that in. There's World War II battles and stuff. Because that is one of the
final battle of episode 9.
The whole, like, space battle thing is sort of reminiscent of, like, World War II, like, airplane, like, naval carrier battles and stuff.
I don't think Disney was basing their shit off battles. Like,
well, I mean, George Lucas would, because he's watching, like, World War II stuff.
Yeah, I was basically trying to answer Jet's question, where he's like, "What battle is the final battle of episode 9 based on?"
Right, it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they don't do planning in the sequel trilogy. This shit ain't based on nothing.
Yeah, no, like, legit, I just think we should just take the sequel trilogy, fucking ignite it, and just come up with a new shit.
Yeah.
Or, like,
if Disney wanted to, they could eject it from canon. But they've sunk so much money and, like, merchandise, toys and shit into these characters.
And they've already made all that money back. Like, so...
It needs to be ejected. It 100% needs to be ejected from canon.
As much, like, with, like, the Mandalorian, but they also just, like, have, like, kind of like how the, like, original trilogy and sequel to just have all these, like, continuing Lego sets and toys. They'll just keep making new toys of these characters from the sequel.
Yes,
but like, they're not going to get rid of it.
I mean, the sequel trilogy, like Jet's saying, he thinks it's fine. I don't have, like, I have some big issues with it, but there's some things that, like, could have been made into a really good movie, like, or at least into one really good movie.
I mean, so far as you can, just also just ignore it if you want,
Yeah, no, but, like,
that's what I do. My head
talk about the better ones or whatever.
That is sequel based, really.
I'm not gonna lie, probably someone. We definitely should have had someone else write
the
trilogy.
How is it based on the Battle of Little Bighorn? Did the Battle of Little Bighorn have, like, umpteenth number of, like, spaceships coming out of hyperspace? Or, like, even an like, naval ship or something?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, like a naval battle or something.
By the way, who has Republic Commando in the Star Wars game?
Which Star Wars game?
Star Wars Republic Commando. It actually recently was re-released onto PlayStation 4.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't tried it.
Fixed it if they made everyone Trandoshans?
Yes.
Like, everyone in episode 9 or something? If they were all Trandoshans?
No, communists.
How would that fix everything?
Godzilla's like, that would make him happy.
Make everyone Trandoshans. If everyone's Trandoshans, does that include, like, Chewie? Like, how are they going to hunt the Wookiees if the Wookiees are also Trandoshans?
They hunt the Wookiee Trandoshan.
They're just Trandoshan bears.
Yeah, no, but if you guys haven't played Republic Commando,
hunting Trandoshan.
It is honestly an awesome game. It gives you good insight of the shit that the Republic Commanders actually went through, like through their different battles and how their operations.
And those guys are kind of canon because they have a cameo in the Clone Wars once.
Did you guys play
Commandos from
that
video
space flight game that came out recently? Like the one where you, like, are in the cockpit of a ship or whatever? Squadron, yeah.
Oh yeah, Squadron. Yeah, that one's fucking awesome.
I haven't played it.
Dude, okay, even better. Okay, the only way you can ever play Squadrons is in VR. If you're not playing it in VR, then what the fuck are you doing with your life? Because it is like a whole nother game in VR. Like, dead ass, I will only ever play this game in VR because it's so fucking good.
Like the guy from Men in Black.
Yeah, the
balls on his chin.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, Chinnigans.
New Star Wars species in episode 10. I mean, you never know. You know, like E.T. is in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Maybe the
that's
Vulcanians
due to,
are also
like,
in Star Wars.
George Lucas and
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg.
yeah, Steven Spielberg having
Yeah.
like a friendship and him putting him in there. Just be like, yeah.
Oh, did you see that clip of like George showing Spielberg all of his cool shit from the prequels?
No, I
He
haven't.
just like brings him over to the lot. He's like, "Yo, look at these like cool like battle droids that I made and shit from a movie." And Spielberg's like, "Yeah, this is all very cool, you know."
Yeah.
It's just like it's just a friend bringing a friend over to look at his toys and shit. But it's like $100 million like movie special effect shit.
Oh yeah, movie props and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 6 foot tall battle droid or something.
It's like he just brings out the original R2D2 or some shit.
It's interesting to think about movie props from like really famous movies versus movie props from like cult classics. Like, how many people do you think who are just like casual consumers own like a legitimate like Star Wars prop, like directly like from the film, versus something like a lower budget movie that like a lot of people like, but is like less popular than like these big blockbusters or whatever? I just find that fascinating. You can watch documentaries for movies like Small Soldiers or whatever, where fans are just like, I own the shit just directly from the movie. Like, I just bought it. And I think that's kind of wild. Because it's...
Yeah, I know. I would love to own like some of the Small Soldiers toys. Like, that would be fucking legit.
Mm-hmm. If I knew if I knew the name of the YouTube channel, I would like shout them out. But there's like a really good Small Soldiers YouTube documentary or whatever that I watched like earlier this year.
Can we just be honest that the world of Small Soldiers, their technology is kind of weird?
Agreed. He sure did. So I think in Small Soldiers, it's interesting that you can put like a chip in like a toy and it just brings it to life. Like, you don't need like motors and shit, just a chip. And that
right, like you watch the toys get like 3D scanned and there's no like fucking moving parts or anything. They're just there. And then like all of a sudden they can move shit.
Oh, that 3D scanning process thing that they show in the movie. I watched a video where someone was like, that's a real process for how to like make molds of stuff.
Like another thing to consider with the whole Mary Sue thing is Mary Sue is a description of a satirization of such overpowered characters, right?
But it doesn't say that on the Google definition, my guy.
Because Google definitions are like the virgin definitions. You got to do the Chad Wikipedia page, my boy.
Oh, okay, but
let me hit you up with that.
I don't think the Wikipedia page has like any like higher standing than the definition.
I mean, they just have a longer definition paragraph.
Yeah, but
usually better.
I don't think longer means better. Like the definition that's normally on the Google thing is normally like the commonly used, like when people are saying it, that's more or less what they mean, kind of thing. I think the Google definition works for stuff like you're just having a conversation and then someone like uses the term. Plus, a Mary Sue does not have to be like intentional, like at all. Like it doesn't have to be like I'm making fun of overpowered characters, therefore Mary Sue. An overpowered character that like unrealistically doesn't have any weaknesses or flaws just is a Mary Sue, because that's just what the definition is.
I do think with people could be possible, but that would be hard to enforce rules. Dark Javen said duck.
Somebody has a actually kind of cool text-to-speech voice setting. I'm hearing somebody else's text-to-speech go off, and I'm like, their voice sounds cooler than the one that comes through mine.
It's not mine.
Someone's like, mine isn't cool.
Society.
Let's see.
Kids these days with their society.
Societies these days with their kids. Let's see.
Oh, got him.
But when it comes to like the Star Wars stuff we were talking about earlier, I honestly wouldn't mind seeing more of like what happens post 9. To be honest, it seems like the current Disney push, which is oddly really organized, is the High Republic stuff, where they're like way before everything else. There was like this golden era of like Jedis. When you watch videos about it, that's highly planned with multiple authors all coordinating their efforts or whatever.
Right,
It's
like it's not that Disney can't do good. Like all these things that since Disney's gotten either licensing or creates like a bunch of like these movies, you know, like Rogue One, a bunch of people liked more or less. You know, like not the sequel, like everything but that. You know, you got like some of these video games that people like Squadrons that they get in like EA or whoever.
And like Jedi Fallen Order, I thought was pretty good.
Fallen Order. You got like the Mandalorian. You got these new books and stuff. Like a bunch of it's just good Star Wars content. But that good Star Wars content is not reflected in the quality necessarily of the sequel trilogy. Probably because they didn't fucking plan it out. It could have been good. They just dropped the ball, and it's their largest ball they have.
You know, this also reminds me, this is why we should just jettison the entire sequel trilogy and just remake a new one. Like one that's properly planned out and everything.
Ooh, this is not my real name on YouTube said, my favorite game of all time is hard to say right now, but Bloodborne is popping in my head. It's definitely one of them, but I don't know if I'd say is my top number one, but definitely is in my top 5.
Really only happens for like new movies and stuff where they'll like more previous ones. Like if they're kind of like Bloodborne. Really bad in certain times that will happen. You know, like Superman Returns, like ignore the third or fourth one, I guess. But like, I feel like Disney won't do that because there's just too much money to continue to be made by still like promoting and marketing the sequel trilogy stuff. Like those movies are making like $1 billion, even if a bunch of people hate on them. A bunch of people also still really like them, or they also made a lot of money. So they're still like successful from Disney's point of view. Like even episode 9, I guess, still probably made all the money. Probably. And that sort of thing, right? Like you kind of have to have like a critical pan and or a flop and like a continued
said penis balls
like, you know, like a real proper sequel to get some sort of like Superman Returns where like it ejects previous movies, or like one of these like Halloween franchise where there's like there's like 20 movies but we only like care about like the first 2 and then this one or something like that.
Is that what Terminator's going through? Like
kind of,
because they keep ignoring movies a lot.
They also kind of fucked it up because they made another kind of Garbo sequel when they were trying to reboot the franchise by like ignoring like the third.
One day Goo Verde said cockine.
So you can just do that, where like you can do the Terminator thing, where you try to eject previous movies, but you just make another shitty movie. So like it's even worse now. You just made it worse.
But like actually planning out the fucking sequels and actually make them fucking good instead of doing the fucking garbage we got now.
I will say that the issue that I have with the sequel trilogy, when it comes to the whole like planning thing, is more that like Rian Johnson kind of subverted what was already put in place by J.J. Abrams.
One day Goo Verde said, I'm gonna make a shitty movie and nobody is gonna stop me.
And then when J.J. Abrams when J.J. Abrams got back in the driver's seat, he pretty much just said, well, fuck what Rian Johnson did, and then just tried to like go back on what he did before. And I feel like he shouldn't have done that. Like they should have like looked at what happened with The Last Jedi and then tried to go with it.
Plan it out. They could have just like logical conclusion from where the status quo was in episode 8. Like, just suck it up, JJ.
Right. Well, also, I think what Rian Johnson did was also kind of fuckity. Like, essentially, you have a series of movies where you go like, okay, this is new status quo, to like, okay, fuck what the last one did, to okay, fuck what the last one did. So they're just all really different movies or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's what happened.
Right.
True. George Lucas would never do that because he'd just be like, well, I'm driving all the movies.
Voltio said, I am gonna make a small nuclear reactor in my basement and nobody is gonna stop me.
Just a
Duende
tiny.
Gu Verde said, I think it was kind of fucked at the start.
Now, when it comes to the way that the sequel trilogy
Dark
started,
Jaden said, JJ Duff Papa Boy.
I think most people were kind of fine with the first movie. Some people were annoyed because it felt like a retread of a lot of like old stuff, but I don't think people straight up hated it. I think for the most part, like The Force Awakens was okay.
I don't have a problem with just a retread. I so much have a problem of like getting to from episode 6 to episode 7, like the 30-year gap, like the event, right? Like I need like a bit more detail or something of like where we're at, because they never really fill in like what exactly the capability of the First Order is. As
Duende Gu Verde said, I liked it until I watched it the 6th time.
Like this, you know, galaxy-spanning, like totalitarian, all-powerful, or less, you know, like economically, you know, superpower type thing. And what is the First Order? They describe it as like this kind of like rogue splinter faction, but it can also build like bigger than the Death Star. You know, it's like
I'm not gonna lie.
Choose one.
The Death Star, the Death Star 2, and then Star Killer Base were all a complete waste of resources. Changed my mind.
We all know this. It's a big thing. They literally just did it to be the most powerful thing. It was like, okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's
playing
like the Tarkin Doctrine, but the Tarkin Doctrine isn't necessarily great. Like it's about like ruling through fear, as opposed to actually just having a more competent military.
Right. They're just like showing their dick. That's all.
Yeah, it's an intimidation tactic that apparently could get blown up, and it did. Why they built a second one is the real weird.
Yes, like why did they build a second one with the exact same
Well,
plan?
they covered up the flaw. They just didn't actually get to finish building it without that flaw. So like they could just fly in because it's still being like scaffolded and shit on the inside.
Now,
like if it was completed, it'd probably be fine.
I will say that the concept of them doing it the second time doesn't sound too crazy. Because not only was it like, oh, we figured out what the flaw was, but also the first time it felt like even with the flaw, it was like, it's a 1 in a million thing, and it's going to be like really hard for us to like get to it and like
you needed to have the one Jedi pilot in the galaxy or something.
That could actually fly the
we
damn.
killed all the Jedi pilots, I thought. So this just shouldn't be a problem, right? Because no one can make this shot unless you're a fucking Jedi pilot. And then Luke rolls in and he's like, yeah, but I can do that.
Well, see,
And
isn't
then-
that the
and
thing?
then I was
though?
like, damn.
Most Jedi have like an intrinsic like ability to learn how to do shit like that really easily. So like,
I mean, yeah, you have like Jedi's gravity
basically
brooms
any
doing
force
shit
user
is
literally have done that.
maybe, but like they did kill lots of them.
Yeah,
Like
but,
I
that's
guess
the thing is more are born every day though. Like they would have
sure,
to
it's more like it's not that the more born that too, but it's also like the whole. If you do the whole like timeline canon thing, there would just be Jedi's like Obi-Wan and Yoda and Ahsoka still running because they killed Obi-Wan, right? And then they introduced Yoda, who's also just hiding. But like, or you have like Ahsoka, who's like, well, why can't she just do it? She's still alive. She's here in The Mandalorian. That's an episode post-6. You can be in episode 4 and that kind of thing, right? They keep having more and more Jedi survive the fall of the Order. Whereas like in the original trilogy, it's really just like 2, and Luke had Anakin had like secret kids or something. And then but that's all of them apparently. But then like in Legends, you have all these other guys running around, and like prequel trilogy, you have all these other Jedi that they keep letting survive. Like there's not many, but like there are more than just 2 or 3.
Ooh, in about 4 minutes or so. I'm gonna dippity doop dop. But I'm having fun, like hanging out with everybody. Is everyone having a good time?
Hang out with the crew.
I heard Ryan say hanging out with the crew, and then I didn't hear anyone else say anything.
Oh, I said indeed.
Ooh, ballin'. I'm glad you're
hanging out with Sims.
Doors.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
But yeah, with the Death Star thing, there are just easier ways to accomplish the same kind of intimidation tactics. Like, you can just have your normal Star Destroyers do orbital bombardment, or the threat of that on planets. You don't need to have a blow them all up with a Death Star thing. Like, it's kind of unnecessary overkill.
Why, like, having all your Star Destroyers do orbital bombardment on one planet would be a bad idea.
Well, you don't need all of them, because it only takes, like, one Star Destroyer to do it. It just depends on how long you want it to take. Like, if you had 2 Star Destroyers, it'd take, like, half the time. If you had a Super Star Destroyer, it'd take even less time. But it's not even that hard. Like, if the planet's not shielded or anything, it's not hard to just orbital bombard a planet, right?
Right.
But you can also just do that. The whole point of, like, the Death Star is, like, even if you have a planetary shield, our big laser gun is just so massive, it can just smash right through your, conventional planetary shields and just blow it all up anyway. Or something, right? Or just park and just keep taking shots to break your shield. If not one shot, then a few of them. We could just do this all day, or something, right?
Right.
That's what's at there. And, like, no conventional fleet can match the Death Star, pretty much. So if it doesn't have some fatal flaw like that, it would just be the most powerful thing. Like, that's where you get, like, in this it's like a Empire at War, like, Star Wars RTS game. You can build the Death Star, and you can just have it win. It'll just, like, auto-resolve, win battle, and it'll just force the rebel to retreat, because they can't defeat it. The only way they can defeat it is if they get Red Squadron with Luke. He has a special character ability to be able to destroy the Death Star if he survives the battle. He can just do the trench run on it, right? But other than him, no one else in the galaxy can do that. So you can essentially just destroy every other place that he's just not at. And that sort of thing, right? Or even just make sure you target and kill him before the battle is over so he can't do the run.
Right.
I will say...
Yeah, like in that kind of thing, where it has the Death Star and it could just, like, take out all of these rebel fleets and bases and stuff.
I will say that, Ryan, you brought up part of what you don't like is the distance between episode 6 and episode 7, like the big time gap. I like those gaps.
Not even a time gap. This happens to the First Order. They could have done that a lot better. Like, you see a lot of these, like, warlord factions and stuff in, like, the EU for years after episode 6, where they're talking about, like, all these, like, various, like, Imperials, and they have this or that, like, super Star Destroyer still hanging around, and they're able to get this super weapon. It's like, sure, the First Order, like, because all of that is mainly just, like, stuff the Empire had built or, like, halfway built when, like, Endor happened and the Emperor died and the Empire breaks apart or starts to and stuff. But, like, they're all just kind of, and, like, once those super Star Destroyers and super weapons get destroyed, they don't have the capacity to really build more very much. Like, the First Order, it's unclear how they're, because it's, like, new shit, right? Like, Starkiller Base isn't, like, an Imperial thing they took over. It's just a First Order, I guess we built it out of scratch or something. It's like, how? Like, what do you have in the unknown regions that lets you build something like that? Or like a supremacy class? Like, where did this come from? Was this, like, in a shipyard back in the day and you stole it, like they're doing in, like, Empire at War 2, where they're trying to steal the Eclipse, which is, like, a even better Super Star Destroyer, but it's, like, a prototype, like, in a shipyard or something? They have a big battle over it. Like, is that what they did for the surprise? It's all just, like, unclear and not explained.
I mean,
maybe in like source books, but
clearly Star Wars has some equivalent to Tony Stark who can make it in a cave with a box of scraps.
yeah, I guess. Like with the thing with like the Death Stars, they had all these like slave labor planets for like years slaving away.
Rene Guverde
trying to
said
keep
they
it,
should
like-
give people 4 balls after Palpatine used the Force to manipulate midichlorians and accidentally gave people 2 extra Force balls 1 million years ago.
Like a Dragon Ball Z Force ball.
I was thinking it's like you have the midichlorians in your nutsack. I thought that's what he was going
It's
for.
just like they wanted to like JJ, I guess, wanted to do some weird escalation bullshit from the this Death Star, it can shoot all the way from across the galaxy and it can hit all the planets or something. And it's just like, oh god, that's not a great idea.
I mean, fiction strength escalation for bad guys is like a normal thing,
if
though.
they had a faction doing it, like the Empire, like at its peak or something, but the faction they had do it, just it's unclear if they can even do that. Like how many like ships? Because like in episode 8 or something, they're just like, yeah, we're in like control of the galaxy or something. Question mark. Episode 9, they have clips of like their Star Destroyers getting fucked up around the galaxy or something off screen. It's like, what is even happening in all this other shit? Like the whole like, just kind of like the state of the galaxy throughout the whole sequel trilogy is very nebulous, and that's a problem for me.
I guess in the same way, Ryan, that you have an issue with them not setting up the First Order stuff well. That's the issue that I have with like the Force shit, where I'm like, they just should explain more stuff.
Right. I mean, they can do that. Yeah, they're just not explaining stuff, even to the level of exposition or useful exposition that we get in like the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, where they're just like explaining shit, I guess, a bit. Yeah, like in the prequel, like they explain where the clone army comes from and where the droid army comes from, and like why, I guess vaguely a bit, but like why the Clone Wars is happening and shit. Like we just don't really know what the whole deal with the Resistance and the First Order's situations really are in episode 7, and it's just never made clear after that. They just keep escalating shit with like, now they have this Ultra Star Destroyer and then like control the galaxy somehow. Even though there should just be all these other New Republic fleets, or maybe they just surrender. But it's like there should just be a new galactic civil war instead of like we just sweep in or something. I guess they didn't like. Did they have capital capture settings on and they blew up the capital and they just automatically win? But that doesn't really happen in a lot of wars. Like like Napoleon's trying to like invade Russia, and he's like, well, if I just capture the capital, I'll win, right? And then the Russians are like, no. That should just be like the same kind of thing that's happening in like the First Order. We blew up their capital planet or system or whatever. We win, right? And the rest of the galaxy would be like, no, your big like super weapon thing even got blown up like 5 minutes later. So now we should just like, I don't know, have the big war or something, like conventional war, and that should just be a big thing. But in episode 8, they don't do that. They just are like, yeah, we have like 3 ships and we're like running from their Star Destroyer fleet. It's like, where's the rest of the galaxy? Is this all you have? Like, not even.
All right, guys.
Like, where's the Navy?
All right, guys. I gotta go.
I'm also about to dip out, but I did have fun hanging out with everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jet, you're gonna have to text me your address or something.
Yeah, no worries, my dude. I'll do that
like you know,
right now.
Like if you think about like if you had like a nuclear bomb.
I'll text you my
like,
address.
And it may or may not
capital
show
of like the U.S.
Okay, no
right?
worries, my dude.
Like all
I'll
of
talk
the
to you guys soon.
military naval units
Peace, my guys.
aren't in the capital.
Good night.
Good
They're
night.
just everywhere else. They can still wage a war and stuff.
Have a great night, Volt.
All right, peace out, guys. Yeah, night.
Talk about sex. Talk about sex in what regard?
Good night, Ryan.
Hey,
Good night,
Michelle's not
Godzilla.
here,
I'll
so-
talk to you guys soon.
There's no sex
Peace.
to talk.
Check it about. Yeah, thank you guys for joining the stream and hanging out. Truly appreciate it. Yo, Tenzin, good to see you. I hope everyone has a happy, fun night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Check it out.